Hi, water signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your monthly reading for the month of September. So welcome Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio, so this is my favorite reading to do because I get to find out what's going on. Not just for me, but for all of you. So welcome. Go. That was pretty fast. Okay. So it says chaos and conflict, soulmates, and clean it up. I am using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck today by Baron-Reid. So this is saying there's been chaos and conflict in your life and you are working on giving yourself peace. And even though things had to change and are changing, that you're going to be okay. That somebody who you thought was your soulmate, it does not mean that they're not your soulmate, but it doesn't mean that they were meant for you. Maybe this means they were meant for you for a certain amount of time. And now you need to go back and clean up everything that wasn't well so you can have better and new. So I'm going to read to you guys the meanings. So it says disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value in chaos that serves you well. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind parts of yourself that you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, the essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control, yet every storm passes. Chaos leads to your reordering of things. Conflict provides you in a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look up this as you take a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time of understand rather than to be understood. So what this card is saying is that maybe something happened and caused a big upset and you had no idea this was coming. And even though you had no idea this was coming, that it's okay. Life is shifting for you, even if you weren't ready for the shift. And it might have been the end of a relationship, the end of a career, the end of a job, the end of a marriage, the end of a situation that maybe you knew it wasn't right, but you couldn't remove yourself from it. So it was done for you. And a lot of times God does for you what you cannot do for yourself. And it is scary when that happens. But I have learned through experience that there is always better on the other side, but you do need to do something different and move. So this says harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering and growth. An important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes in with a powerful gift. Your patterns and your old stories don't serve you well. Being entered into this dynamic so you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even unconventional, unconceivable. The question is not why did he or she do this to me, but rather, what is the gift in this? Look in the mirror. You will only be changed for the better. So this is saying about a relationship, about a partner that you thought was your soulmate. And it doesn't mean that they were not your soulmate. It meant your souls were meant to align. And what you got from this was some hard, harsh lessons. And it doesn't mean there was love there. It doesn't mean it wasn't real. It wasn't. But sometimes just because somebody's your soulmate doesn't mean you're meant to be with them forever. It means they are here to teach you a very important lesson about yourself. My one girlfriend told me every relationship is an opportunity to learn something about yourself. And being in a relationship with a soulmate, it might feel like you've known this person your entire life and you can't imagine life without them. But also, it can also mean codependency, which is you can't live off of somebody else's air and they can't live off of yours. And that sometimes being in a relationship that isn't good for you blocks your creativity, it blocks who you're supposed to be, and it doesn't mean that it's not sad, and it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, but it also does mean that God wants the very best for you always, and not to settle. And maybe you were settling for something that wasn't right for you because this is the first time you have ever felt this way, and you feel like this is never going to come to you a second time, or there might not be better. And what this card is saying is, yes, there is going to be better, but you have to heal from this first. So there is no time limit on healing. It could take a week, it could take a month, it could take a year, it could take years. Nobody can tell you how long something isn't gonna hurt for, but it doesn't mean that you need to stay in it to avoid the hurt. Okay, or that if you got out of it sooner, that you wouldn't hurt as much. Pain is pain, and everybody's grieving process and timetable is different. So you are in the process of some heavy healing right now. So it says, clean it up, get into the core of the situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down by emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessarily feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by this energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. So what this is saying is maybe this relationship or getting out of it, coming out of it, that you have felt overwhelmed and with grief, with pain, and that you feel stuck right now. And it's okay to feel stuck. It happens to everybody, but give yourself a certain amount of time and then give yourself permission to do something. If you are overwhelmed, what it's great to do is give yourself at least one thing a day to do. And honestly, like, start by, maybe if you feel so paralyzed that you can't move, maybe say, I'm going to work on this for an hour today. I'm going to work on cleaning out my closet for an hour, or I need to clean up my kitchen. I'm going to only, and your kitchen is fully papers everywhere, that I'm going to give myself an hour to work on this a day. And you will feel a sense of accomplishment and, one thing at a time, but just get started by doing something. And I'm sorry you're hurting, and I'm sorry you're in pain, and I know what it's like, and it sucks. It does suck, but pain is a great motivator. And what's on the other side is creativity. It is love. It is joy. There is so much. So you guys will get through it. It is going to pass, but you need to move and do something. So even if it's just get outside in nature, take a walk. Okay. All right, guys. It says planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul, exceeding expectations, looking deeper, and making a difference. So this is saying you are planting seeds, and you have been planting seeds, and you know what? They take time, and they need time to grow, but I'm going to read to you guys the meaning. The fertile soil of your soul is ready to receive the seeds that will come to harvest in the years ahead. Get clear on what you desire for yourself and your future. Timing is vital, and now is your moment to plant your spiritual seeds. Ever realize a dream once started as an idea and took root? For your projects, your ideas, and your dreams to come into fruition, you need to first become clear on what your heart truly desires. Then ask yourself, is this what I really want? Believe in the miracles that can happen. Use this time to plant seeds for your future. Nurture these precious seeds so that they will grow as strong as the mighty oak. Take action in the desired direction of your dreams, but be willing to put the weeds along the way. It won't be long before you are reaping the bounty of your labor. So this is saying, keep doing what you're doing. Plant your seeds. Sometimes you don't know the direction they're going to go in, but it means do it anyway, even if you don't know the outcome. So the next reading is exceeding expectations. I soar into excellence. This is a time to dream big and stretch yourself. Exceed your own expectations, and definitely exceed the expectations that others have of you. Envision that in the days ahead, you will be stepping beyond what the others anticipate for you, and so it shall be. The universe wants you to know that you may have been playing small, but now is your chance to dream big. Expect miracles. Believe that the best will occur for you, and it will. Make plans, big plans for your future. Do not act as if you're inadequate in order to make others feel secure. In the months ahead, you'll be exceeding inner and outer expectations. Get ready to fly. So whatever you have been planting, it is gonna work out better than you thought. It says, looking deeper. Deep within me is majestic radiance. So I never saw this card before, so I'm really excited to read this to you guys. I'm using the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn, and I just got them and I love them. It says, things are not always what they seem. Look deeper into the situations and relationships of your life. Something that just seems closed may be in fact just ready to open. If you go beneath the surface, you may find hidden gems of truth, light, or abundance. The universe wants you to know this is a time to engage and reflect. It might be worth taking a second look at something you previously passed over. Imagine a mystical mountain lake where you can see the reflection of the sky and trees, but when you can look beneath the surface, you can see sparkling gems in the crystal clear depths. These treasures are meant for you. By exploring hidden crevices in your soul, you will begin to uncover what is more profound levels at the vast majesty within yourself. So this is saying that there is something deeper that you might not have seen before, but is going to be shown to you. And you know, a lot of times when we miss things, they keep showing up until you see them, so that it will come back and you're not going to miss anything. And then it says making a difference, and it's like, as you start to make a difference, it says my inner light shines far and wide. As you start making a difference, you start helping other people, whether you know it or not. But it says you are making a difference in the lives of others in ways you may not even know. Many benefit because of you. Your light radiates far and wide. The universe wants you to know sometimes the smallest actions can have the greatest impacts. Perhaps it's a smile shared with a stranger, a kindness extended to an acquaintance, a favor done for a friend. This is an akin to the story about a man who returns beach starfish to the sea. Although he knows he cannot possibly save them all, He continues to work because it makes a difference in the few he can save. You can and will change lives. Today, take steps today that will make a difference in the lives of another. So you guys are helping and changing other people's lives, but it begins and starts with you. So what I'm asking all of you to do is, if you've been stuck, if you've been paused and you don't know where to begin, what I started to do, and I started a miracle journal, and I started writing down every day one miracle that has happened for me. And you know, a miracle, I used to think it was like a blind man all of a sudden gets their vision back, or like a guy in a wheelchair starts to walk. But a miracle every day is like, I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict, so every day that I don't drink or do drugs is a miracle. And so getting up and out of bed when you cannot excuse me, get yourself out of bed, that is a miracle.